Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the season finale of Now Showing. We've just finished watching the 6 worst Star Wars films, and now we're going to have a pointless debate about which ones are better.
Let me correct you right off the bat. 5 worst Star Wars films and the best Star Wars film. But we'll get to that.
Yourself.
Okay, we'll get to number 8. Okay, we'll start off with. Should we just go through them in order?
Yeah,
and then we'll give like our general debates.
Yeah. So just for clarification, we're not speaking about the original trilogy. You know, the 3 best films. We're speaking about the prequels versus the sequels.
Exactly.
And, you know, the kicking off the competition, episode 1 of Phantom Menace.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty goddamn terrible. I
always remember him as being better.
Yeah, I had fond memories of this film, but like this especially, but the whole like sort of prequel trilogy just feels like made for TV Star Wars films. Like
they feel ugly. They feel really ugly.
Yeah, like ugly, poorly acted,
poorly written,
cheap CGI.
Yeah. I mean, I would say cheap sets, but there's never really a set at any point.
No.
It's literally all blue screen. Half the people aren't even in the scene with the other person.
Yeah, it's painfully obvious that a lot of actors are just speaking to nothing.
Yeah, no size continuity.
Yeah,
everything's just shrinking and growing.
People are like looking at the wrong places for people's faces. It's just sloppy.
Yeah, just a really poorly done trilogy overall. But the first film, I think, is especially egregious when it comes to terrible acting.
Yeah.
And terrible CGI. Oh my god. The hills. Those green hills that they have that battle
the final
on,
battle.
Oh my god. It feels like Windows XP. Like,
it
genuinely.
Really does. Like, there's just nothing there. Even just some like real hills with nothing there. Like Battle of Gettysburg ass looking something. It looks a lot better, but no, and they just feel like the first one really feels like a kid's film. Like
like between the witty humour that this kid's dealing out.
Yeah.
Now this is pod racing.
Like
just, you know,
bloody Jar Jar Binks. Like I always thought, people just say Jar Jar Binks is bad. You know, it's just funny Star Wars thing. No, he's bad.
He is actually bad. Like it's unbearable.
Yeah, and they knew
the first film
because he's barely in the other 2.
Yeah, he gets maybe 10 minutes of screen time in the second one, and just 30 seconds by the time you get to episode 3.
And I must admit, all the films you watched, I think there's too many characters in these films. All of them.
Yeah,
They're just not concise enough. They're way too willing to bring in these new characters. And then,
but the original trilogy did that as well, with adding in people like Lando Calrissian in the 5th one.
Yeah,
and Admiral General Akbar.
Yeah, but he had some lines. He's not like a flushed out character like Jar Jar Binks.
I don't know, mate. You were absolutely upset when
spoilers!
Spoilers, we'll get there.
Oh, don't remind me. Yeah, it's kind of weird, seeing the original trilogy, which doesn't have any a direct Marvel-esque callbacks or anything.
What do you mean?
The prequels, they really went for something new. They really didn't harker back to many character designs, planet designs. We don't want to talk about the planets and the prequels. Man. What's it called?
Coruscant.
And get this, the whole planet is a city.
One big city.
That means we have to go there for at least half an hour in every film.
In every film.
I think the second one you're about there for an hour and a half. It's
mate, it's all diplomacy. These first 3 films really focus hard on diplomacy and politics.
Yeah, which was a subtle part of the original trilogy, but
subtle.
Yeah, I mean, there's
subtle for a reason
going on. Yeah,
mate, just so much geopolitics. Mate, we can't let the Jedi know that we're actually really weak. The viceroy, not the viceroy. What do they call them?
The council,
Confederation,
the bad guys.
Yeah,
Empire too.
From the prequels.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called.
I think they're called the Confederation, but either way, stereotypical.
Yeah, very.
Very heavily racially stereotyped.
Yeah. That was kind of crazy. I never noticed that as a kid, but there's a lot of racial stereotypes in there.
Very obvious, like the Gungans, Jar Jar Binks' race.
Yeah,
like,
Jamaican accents and all that.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like you can tell that he is just a white guy.
Yeah,
doing the most offensive accent he can.
And that's the thing. Like, considering this first one is like it is really a kids' film, it's kind of crazy that that's where it goes hardest on like just the problematic like elements of Star Wars. The pacing is so whacked out. The pod race goes on for what feels like an hour. Like
it's like 20 minutes. It's like half an hour.
It's so long and it has no like consequence to the plot. It really doesn't have it.
No.
He just needs to win. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, he needs to win, and I guess
we don't need to see all 3 laps of the race like perfectly documented. Like
yeah, we really need to know who's in every position at every moment on the course.
I know.
And you've got them like sometimes who's watching this race? Because this race is across multiple kilometers. Might as well go around the whole planet.
Yeah, I know.
And they're only at the finish line.
Yeah, I know. And it's just not even well thought out. Like there's like racing markers in the canyons, but not in the big wide open places. Where would you need the markers for? It's just things like this. Like they clearly just weren't thinking. Slapped it all together. Weren't thinking when they cast the thing either.
No, they weren't.
I mean, the first film isn't too bad for casting it. The kid's terrible.
The kid's terrible, but
to be expected.
Yeah, just the thing that happens with literally every kid actor.
Yeah,
every kid actor is terrible. But like Ewan McGregor, not his best performance in the trilogy because he's very like, I don't know about this.
He's just wooden.
Yeah, like just the most soft-spoken man up until like Qui-Gon Jinn, who is actually
he's the best part.
Pretty good in this. Yeah, best part by a mile.
But I think that's also because Qui-Gon Jinn didn't just have to speak to a blue screen for half of it, or kids.
That is true,
you know, how are you meant to have, like...
Well, he did have to speak to kids. He's, like, one of the only people that interacts with.
Yeah, but... I don't know, how are you meant to have, like, any chemistry with anything on screen when it's either not there or it's, like, prepubescent, you know?
Yeah, and, mate...
Speaking of prepubescent...
Oh, my God.
Padme's a nonce.
Yeah, Padme is a nonce. How old is this kid meant to be?
I know, because the second film's meant to be, what, like, 5 years after? 10?
It cannot only be 5 years after.
She looks barely different.
Yeah, because she doesn't look different at all.
No, and he ages like...
He ages like 10 years, it looks like. He's gone from like a child in primary school to as a job, as a 9 to 5, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what's gone on here? And I'm meant to believe that this isn't a creepy relationship.
Yeah, I know. It's strange, isn't it?
Like, the first thing has nothing going for it apart from Qui-Gon Jinn and my favourite part about the film. The fucking fights, the battles, the actual lightsaber battles. I have to say that
about the prequels. For the most part, the fights are sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the action...
Just wait till we get to episode 2.
Well, the
Beyblade.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the fights are cool. Nothing really stands out from that first movie in my head. I quite liked seeing Tatooine again, but then they just... It started off well. They went back to like the original sets. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think it must be the original.
And they had
set.
The CGI bloody racing Coliseum.
They've always got to have that screen filled. Every scene has about 20 different things in it.
The amount of screen clutter. There's no like color palette to anything going on.
No mise en scène. No mise en scène. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the diegetic lighting is great.
It's crazy. But there's always
it's just like ADHD filmmaking, but still somehow having a terrible pacing. Like you can see how it'd be a really great like fast romp.
Yeah,
but it's just not.
It's not. No, it's 2 hours. Every single one of these movies was 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Basically, yeah. Why?
What are they adding?
There's clear filler. There's clear like.
Any scene with Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God! It was so apparent when they were in the. Before the race, and they were just like, let's have Jar Jar Binks do a funny thing.
Yeah.
No, how about we have Jar Jar Binks fuck off?
He's terrible, man.
Honestly.
He's not the only one there.
And, mate, who else is bad? The kid.
The kid.
Yeah. Yoda's fucking dialogue, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, they don't get Yoda at all.
No, it's just Yoda says funny things and reverses every sentence.
Yeah, it's unlistenable and
CGI Yoda.
Yeah, no,
just the most ugly looking Yoda in that first film.
That's not the one, and they could have CGI'd it and been faithful, to the original look. but
could have.
Of course not. Like realistically,
Christ.
I will say we got credit with some things. The fights are cool. The designs are still really cool. I don't know who's doing it, but for the most part, the designs of things, how ships look, how the worlds.
You just really want to talk about the Naboo Starfighter, don't you? You just love that.
The Naboo Fighter is the best ship in all of Star Wars.
Oh my god!
No, but like the design of places is cool.
Yeah, I really like the Viceroy's ship, where it's like just a big circle.
Yeah.
I can't lie, it's quite cool.
There's a lot of like inspiration in there. You can tell somebody cares.
Somebody had to.
Just a shame that they set most of it on a boring city planet that looks exactly the same anywhere you go. So, if you think, it's a bit silly with all the jokes, a bit, bit fast paced, childlike. They fixed that in the second film. Fast paced.
Oh, they fixed that fast pace right up.
Just having the slowest paced film you've ever seen.
They grind it to a halt.
Yeah.
They say we're not moving.
Horrendous opening scene.
Oh my god, mate.
Is that the second one? The flying the car.
What? Because they're protecting. Oh my god! No! Because the opening scene. Well, hold on, before we get there, I do want to shout out the final fight scene because Darth Maul. I can't get through this without talking about Darth Maul.
Yeah,
he's the coolest character ever.
He
invented the double lightsaber.
Yeah.
Like, mate, gotta be done.
Oh yeah, I love the special lightsabers, man. That's why I wish they went for that with the sequels. All the like new lightsabers and Count Dooku, Count Dooku.
He has the curved.
The curved one, and General Grievous with the four lightsabers.
It's cool. Man. It is cool.
I like it.
Yeah, no, you don't really see much of that in the. I mean, you kind of do. Like, there's some like laser-esque weapons that like Snoke's guards have and that.
Yeah,
but the yellow lightsaber, mate. But no, so
carry on.
Second film.
Yeah,
mate. If I was to score that first film a 2, that second film's getting a 1, and it's lucky to get a 1.
The second film for me, like. Get half star out of 5. Really, there's just nothing going for it.
Absolutely shocking from start to finish.
Yeah.
Was it open with? Oh, it opens with the fucking shit blowing up, and it's a PNG of an explosion over the screen. And everyone goes, "Wow!"
It looks terrible. It's goofy. It's like it is really one of Ewan McGregor's like worst roles.
Yeah, like Space Jesus.
Yeah. It's just so off-putting, and then all it is just Hayden Christensen's at his worst in this film. I think he gets a bit too much crap because he's all right in the third. He's better in the third one, but he is terrible in this one. But I don't think it's his fault. No. The dialogue is horrendous.
George Lucas, I don't know where he gets his dialogue from.
Yeah, no.
I don't think he's ever had a conversation with another human being.
No,
the way that he thinks people interact with each other.
Yeah, and flirt, definitely not another woman. I mean,
oh my god.
Padme's character is just like absolutely eviscerated in these second and third films.
Yeah,
she was one of the better parts of the first one, even though she was, a nonce. Put that aside. Like at least she had something going for her. Now she's just like moan. I'm
misery,
miserable.
Yeah. Well, that's the third film she's pregnant. The second film is just moaning and
it's like, oh, my boyfriend's evil, but he's still my boyfriend. So
I'm in love with you, but you're on the Jedi Council. I can't do this. Like, mate. Come on.
He really just is that edgy teen as well. He's just moaning about everything. No one believes in me, man.
Yeah, man, I hate sand. Yeah, it's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere.
That's one thing that gets credit in these the prequels, the memes.
Oh my god! Every 15 minutes you're seeing something that you've seen on Facebook's funniest moments.
Yeah, it really does.
Genuinely,
it entertains you.
So it wasn't. Well, let's not say entertaining. The first one I was able to stick with.
Yeah,
we marathon these 2 at a time, like throughout the past week.
Yeah,
and it's been the first one, which was serviceable.
I wouldn't even go that far. There was maybe about
we were enjoying it. We were enjoying our time.
Yeah, it's a film you watched as a kid. Yeah. You got a bit of nostalgia.
The second one, that nostalgia's worn off, and we're just in the thick of it.
Out, man.
Yeah, it's taken everything for me to not check my phone.
I'll go on a bit more about this later, but I have like a horrible numb feeling from these films, all the ones we watched basically, and it definitely was the worst with this second one.
Every time I looked over at you, you were like,
I know. Yeah. There'd just be some terrible CGI on the screen, so you just look over at me. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
no,
because you just know. It's like, oh my god, especially when we get to the deep fakes in these last film. Oh my god, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, this second film, nothing going for
really
it.
Nothing. No.
Ugly looking planets. Camino, I mean, great idea, but it still looks ugly.
Yeah.
Just painfully white, painfully bright white.
Yeah.
Environment. I guess it's meant to be sterile and clean, but
they just took it too far, man.
You're assaulting my eyes.
Bloom up all the way. And
what were people thinking when they were in the cinema? They did fucking flashbanged.
Yeah,
genuinely.
Seriously,
it's disgusting.
J.J. Abrams would have been proud.
He genuinely would have. He loves blinding the audience. Fucking hell. But yeah, no. The second film, what was going for it?
Nothing.
Yoda Beyblade. If you're into that.
Yeah. But, I mean,
I just thought it looked ugly.
Who's fighting? Is it Count Dooku, the second one?
Yeah, Count Dooku, yeah.
I think I like Count Dooku, he's a cool character, but...
He is, yeah, because he's Qui-Gon Jinn's master, and he was like, oh, mate, you don't understand, but Qui-Gon Jinn, he understands, these people are evil.
Yeah.
And I'm like, mate, I agree with that. Let's get rid of the Jedi Council.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean...
Because they're not making any good moves throughout any of these three films.
Aren't. Besides, having Mace Windu there, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, he is the GOAT. Oh, mate, introduction of the very first not blue, green or red lightsaber.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, fucking...
You can tell we've got a lot to speak about on these.
Let's
move on. We're 15 minutes in and we got through 2 of the prequels.
Yeah.
People are really tuning in for this.
It says badass motherfucker on it. How can we not talk about it? But Film 3.
Easily the best of the prequels.
Oh my god.
But still nowhere near as good.
So much worse than I remember.
Yeah. I remember thinking, a good film.
Yeah, I remember thinking, this is a good film. This is this is some people's favourite films. Some of our friends who shall remain nameless think this is the best film.
Get
a grip,
they're wrong. They are really. Yeah, it's fair play. The ending fight scene for about 10 minutes is great.
Yeah,
I mean that's about it. No, for a bit longer. It's a really good ending.
The General Grievous fight scene I remember enjoying.
Yeah, but it wasn't that good watching it back. It really wasn't. It's just a bit silly.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
There's a lot more Ewan McGregor screen time in this, and he
says hello there.
Yeah, he does flourish a bit, but it starts to do.
I think that he's at his best in this third film. I think everybody in these are at their best in the third film.
Besides,
but the problem is, aside from Padme, who's gives birth and dies from giving birth, I think, or she just dies from a broken heart.
She actually
dies from a broken heart.
Yeah, someone says she's got nothing left to live for. I'm like,
brother, she's just given birth to twins.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Surely that's going to make her get a bit of happiness.
But no, she's like, I don't care. Died, bruh. And then they have to get adopted by Senator Organa and mate, one of them is going to be a diplomat's kid living a lovely, wonderful life, and the other is on Tatooine.
Back to the
slave planet, man. That is crazy to me.
It is.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, just so much worse than I remember it being.
Yeah, there's really not a lot to speak about with these films. The plot wise, we are just completely numb. I can barely remember anything that happened because it was so inconsequential.
Yeah, the second one, the first one. I mean, what happened in the first one? I really don't know.
No.
Second one, the clones came, and they're the coolest part about the prequels, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the third one is just fucking more diplomacy and
a cool
the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise and all that crap. I'm like, brother.
But I'll give it credit. The design is still there. The final planet's really cool.
Yeah. Mustafar. Yeah, I love that man. I love that planet.
Those rolly robots with the shield.
Oh,
one of the coolest things.
The droidicas.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
There's
so many cool concepts here. And I think some of them are executed well, like the droidicas and that.
Yeah.
But mate, them droids in the first film, ugliest looking things I have ever seen in my life. You could tell. They'll force push him, and it's just the weakest thing ever.
Yeah. And that's what really bugs me about these films. The designs are cool, but these are meant to be prequels. They're not crazy long before the original trilogy. Why is there barely any bleed over of
technology?
Droids and locations and things like.
So they do explain this. in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 video game.
Oh, I'm not doing all that. That's not canon. That's one thing I was thinking about the prequels. I was watching them thinking, damn, like, these make a good Lego game. Because they do, but like,
yeah, they do.
They are
believe it or not,
better enjoyed in the Lego game.
Yeah, they actually are.
Really,
better enjoyed in the Star Wars games.
Yeah, exactly. But they really are terrible films, like just schlocky, like soap dramas. Really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Honestly, I mean, like I was actually baffled going back and watching them, like so low quality.
Who's rating these? Like,
I know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it's about as well made as an episode of H2O.
It's mate.
H2O is bad.
Yeah, that is true. Well, so let's move on to the sequels.
Yeah.
And this is where we're going to start splitting hairs.
Yeah,
I think. I think we're both sort of in agreement on the 7th film.
Yeah, woke. I'm joking.
Oh my gosh, all he's been saying for the past 3 films is woke.
I'm baiting you.
Okay,
so the 7th film is fan service.
It's pretty much just retreading the 4th film.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're like, oh, well, let's play it safe, because last time we didn't play it safe, we shat the bed. Yeah. Which, to be fair, that was more down to the fact that you have terrible writing. And guess what? That's not changed.
Yeah, no.
That really has not changed.
This is the problem. Like, you can retread the steps of the first film, but
you're not going to recapture the magic.
No, without the certain great performances, you know.
They are there.
Yeah, in Harrison Ford.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
From the original
Harrison Ford is there. And Chewbacca, like, you know.
Yeah, Chewbacca's great.
Chewbacca's there.
BB-8 is great.
Yeah, BB-8. Like, you said you had some reservations about him.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw him, I wanted to boot it so bad. But then I came around to him. I'm like, this robot has more character than.
It has way more charisma than Rey does. That's for sure.
Yeah, to be honest, and
Finn.
I'm the biggest Finn hater. Yeah,
I started off as such a big Finn defender, but then I genuinely think that 8th film, the next film that we'll get to, does kind of tank his character a bit.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
It's the first.
It's the first one. Yeah, it's the first one.
He just goes through the whole thing. Like, where's Rey? That's all his character is. He just chases her around. You can't help, mate.
Like he starts off as like he has the coolest origin of just being this stormtrooper that is a deserter practically.
Yeah, God forbid they like explore it at all.
No, heaven
any
forbid.
Backstory on like stormtroopers.
Oh, it's coming in the 9th film. Okay. Yeah, no, they say, here's this stormtrooper who has just massacred, I think, a bunch of hostages or something.
Yeah.
Gets blown on his helmet. He's like, that's not great. Yeah. I did not like that at all. And then kidnaps Finn kidnaps Poe, and he's like, you're going to help me get off this ship.
Yeah.
And I like that. I was like, mate, this is cool.
Yeah, it's a strong opening to that film.
Yeah. Oh my god. Especially with Kylo Ren. That is the coolest Kylo Ren looks in all of these films, by the way.
Yeah.
That introduction. Because you see him and he's like, and he is basically like Darth Vader too.
Yeah.
Without like the need for having to wear that massive suit. Yeah. But he's just fanboying. Yeah.
Which is like, very in character for him.
Yeah, they introduce him, and I think it's sick when he stops that like laser bomb from hitting him.
That's really cool.
That's actually unique because you haven't seen it before.
You know that's what I'm thinking as well.
What?
Like that's the strongest he is until
the 9th
film. Yeah. This is my big problem with that film is there's no real like scary bad guy. Yeah. Like he gets beat by a girl who like barely even knows what the Force is.
Yeah. And then he gets like absolutely caned for it in the 8th film.
Yeah.
And Snoke's like, mate, what's happening there?
Yeah.
Like, aren't you meant to be trained?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, that happens, and then we get introduced to Rey, who's on this Tatooine planet. Is it Tatooine? It is Tatooine, isn't it?
No.
Is it not?
Is it?
I don't know. It's not Jakku, is it? No, that's the forest planet. Yeah, Tatooine, I want to say.
Same, really,
and she's exploring like that crashed Star Destroyer, and I'm like, this is a sick opening.
Yeah, fan service.
Mate, it's practical for once at least.
Yeah, true. Well, I don't think it is.
Well, it's not really, no, but you know, it looks cool.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not really like in your face fan service, just mate, scavenging.
Yeah,
and that is like the last moment.
The last moment of character development you will get
for Rey. Like genuinely,
she is the most wooden character. And I don't think she's played incredibly well.
No, in that first film especially, like there's not really much development for her.
Yeah, no,
there's not really much development for any of them.
No, I think in the last, not really.
Not really.
No, I'm giving it too much.
You're giving the last one way too much credit.
We'll get there. Yeah. Especially putting these like faces that you're not used to,
into this IP that is so well beloved.
Next to Harrison Ford, who
is a titan at this point in the industry.
Yeah, and he can act, and like
the most beloved character in the whole franchise, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so. And the unknown actors sort of thing in the original trilogy worked.
Yeah,
because they were all relatively unknown,
and it was a new IP. It wasn't an already existing thing.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, it's more like, who are these people? I mean, John Boyega's been in some good stuff. Have you ever seen Attack the Block?
Oh, yes, I have, yeah.
Yeah, he's in that.
Yeah, great film, that.
I've heard it's good. I haven't seen it.
It's a bit overrated.
Oh, is it? I just hear people going, it's a great British film. BBC done good here.
You know what that means.
Yeah. But no, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this film. I think Han Solo's death rocked me to my core.
Yeah,
and that is a good twist.
I saw it in cinemas, and yeah, I did. It's a good twist until you find out that Harrison Ford desperately didn't want to be in the movie.
I don't think he desperately didn't want to be in any.
No, I know.
After like the fourth one, he was like, "Mate, kill me off right now."
I like that, and
yeah.
Spoiler alert, that they're not very trigger happy with characters in these films.
No, they are not.
Everybody survives everything, so
yeah. If there's ever a fake out, don't worry.
Yeah,
if you think anybody's died but he's off screen,
this is what I was constantly thinking. There was no stakes to any combat or anything because nobody dies. The Force can suddenly heal people.
Yeah,
the big Sith Lord can get beat by some scrub who has never trained in the Force.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy.
It really is.
I
think what I'll give that first film for is you get a bit of back and forth between characters that is definitely missing later on. It's just like a ragtag bunch.
Oh, shut
up. Like you get to see some banter between Rey and Finn and Poe and Han Solo, Chewbacca, and BB-8. That weird orange lady.
That weird orange lady. Yeah. There's actual writing for the characters there. You see a little bit of development.
Yeah, nowhere near enough. And again, pacing wise, baffling this film. Because those sort of moments come later on in the film. I'm like, don't establish your characters later on. You start a film by establishing them, all right? Yes? is that an unreasonable thing to say?
I think you're onto something there, maybe.
Yeah.
Just a baffling film all round.
Yeah,
enjoyable.
Some nice set pieces.
Definitely enjoyable. Yeah, I like the catwalk that Han Solo gets murked on.
Some subtle editing as far as J.J. Abrams standards go.
Yeah. How were those lens flares?
They weren't that bad in the first one.
No, I don't.
Compared to the ninth.
I don't know. I feel like they were for some reason. Oh well, let's get to it.
Well, we got to go through the 8th film.
Yeah,
the worst,
the
film.
best one. The best one.
You can have a little rant. I'm just going to check.
I can have a little rant, and I will have a little rant.
Yeah, go ahead.
This was the best film in the whole. Mate, in the whole series, it actually knows how to pace a film. The pacing's not... you're going to say the pacing's whack. I'm not even going to understand what you're talking about. As far as... And I watched this in the cinemas when it came out. Just beautiful. It's just beautifully shot. It's beautifully shot. The editing's good. There's no, weird... Oh, yeah. There's no, awful, gimmicky side characters like Jar Jar Binks or anything like that. There is one.
There is an awful character, yeah.
Okay, and and I think the film is really good. And when we rewatched it, I was like, I really enjoyed this. I even enjoyed the Salt Planet.
No.
All right, but the Salt Planet is immediately ruined by Rose.
Yeah.
The second that she saves Finn from doing this sacrificial lamb thing. It starts to fall apart quickly.
Yeah, 100%. I'm nowhere near as positive as this man about this film, but I do agree that nothing was egregious until that moment.
Yeah.
And then from that moment, it just everything. Yeah, it's silly. It's really silly.
Really silly. I'm okay with Rey, using the Force to clear the cave engines. We already knew that was going to happen, pretty much.
Yeah.
And, and I just let Adam Driver, Mark Harrison, Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker.
I know.
He should have murked him.
Just let people that would have die, man.
Because you know what? If he murks him, then he's a credible threat, which is something he's been lacking for the film.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's just a scrub through the whole thing.
He is just such an absolute loser. And mate, and don't even get me started on. We'll get to this on the night film. That just rewrites everything, because I like the creative choices they use. I like that. What's her name? Rey is like just a bum from the middle of nowhere, and her parents aren't anything.
Yeah,
because that's literally how it should be. Like, I hate that everybody's related to each other in this universe.
Yeah. Like, this film clearly tries to step away from classic Star Wars tropes.
Yeah,
which for the most part, like, I'm happy about. I think it gets a bit too creative with the Force, in my opinion.
You think? The Force astral projection, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just
that's dumb. I hated that.
And it's just kind of strange. Like, so Leia and Luke, Rey and Luke, right? Their dynamic is a large part of the film. They don't really have one.
They just kind of argue. They bicker.
Just argue for the whole film.
They bicker. He trains her once, and she's like,
he trains her.
He
just trains herself.
No, because he's training her to meditate or something, I think.
Oh,
and then she just immediately goes, "What's in this dark side hole? I'm going to go in the dark side hole."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why are you going in the dark side hole?" And she's like, "My parents are probably going to be down there."
Suddenly, she just
something
cares
about my parents is down
there, after, which has never been mentioned.
Yeah,
before.
It wasn't mentioned in the first film, was it? Oh,
no, I don't know. It was. She was just.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't fucking remember the seventh film. It's because we've watched 8 and 9 right before this that I'm remembering all these details.
Go on.
I just, before we get to anything more negative, I want to shout out that fucking throne room fight, because that is a fucking sick fight.
Yeah, that's a great
And I like Snoke's death.
Yeah.
Because that subverted my expectations. I didn't think they were just going to kill him off like that.
Yeah.
And the other scene I love is the fucking woman turning the ship around and going...
Yeah,
and
that's
just
cool.
nuking
that's
everything.
Cool. I did see Snoke's death come in. I think, there's a big problem with the men in these films just like get in contact with a female for the first time.
Oh my god!
I will
just
do
immediately thinking
for you.
Yeah,
like
just as soon as she was there, he was like, "Mate, betray my master of 20 years or whatever." Sure.
Yeah, exactly. He's way too fast.
Too fastly fell in love.
His own father won't do it, but this random girl who he's been forced to force project with.
Yeah, Snoke's been setting him up on date nights, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
He's like, no, I'm making him see clarity. Clarity to what? Mercury? What are you talking about? And then, the guy wasn't thinking straight, let's be real.
Yeah, no.
And then he gets murdered, and I won't lie, it looks cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And the whole throne room fight, I think, just good. It's just good scene. Everything about it.
Yeah, but you just got to calm on how everything looks. Because... the planet that
the Salt Planet.
No, the Salt Planet's just lackluster.
Which planet?
Luke Skywalker's planet is very pretty and all that, but everything that happens there is just dross. There's no chemistry.
Which film's this?
8.
They don't go to Luke Skywalker's. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Tatooine.
No. So Mark Hamill, he was always a bit of a goofy actor in the originals, but they were more goofy films, so it made sense. So these much more serious films, he doesn't really have the acting prowess.
No, he's more of a voice actor.
Yeah,
I can't lie.
Yeah, and Rey is just as terrible as ever, to be honest. She's a bit better in this film, but her acting is still very wooden.
It definitely is.
And so that kind of writes off that whole end of the film for me.
Is that like a deal breaker for you?
It really is, yeah. I just want to see a bit of chemistry on screen, and that's my other problem with this film, is everybody's really separated out. Finn just goes on a random side quest with the second female he's ever met, because why not? She's terrible. Her character is terrible.
Rose. Rose gets no character. I think that's a big reason why everybody's always hating on her, is because the writer's done her absolutely no favours. They've introduced this character that just immediately comes across as annoying, but they never make an attempt to make her likable.
It's Jar Jar Binks all over again. It really
Jar Jar Binks but human.
Yeah. You introduce these new characters and then lay no groundwork but give them just a million lines. To say and it's just irritating. Nobody likes that. Oh, she freed some horses. Who cares? It's got nothing to do with the plot. It's silly.
Exactly. Reese is all for horse racing.
No, I'm not.
He is, yeah.
I'm not.
He was saying it was too woke. He was saying it was too woke.
Whoa.
It's not subtle enough.
No, and so that old plot of the film's
and General Hux is really cool.
Who's General Hux?
The ginger guy.
Yeah, he is really cool.
He should have been the main villain. I was saying this, the film would have been so much more enjoyable if, Kylo Ren's off doing his own thing, and while he's doing that, General Hux is just I'm going to nuke these guys from orbit.
Well, just give us more,
Give us more General Hux.
Give us more Kylo Ren and Rey in person, not just, on the phone with each other.
You keep using this term on the phone.
Well, they basically are.
Yeah, but they're right there next to each other.
Yeah, but they're not.
Yeah, but they are. Because they can interact with each other.
There's no stakes.
There's
no stakes in any of these dirty films.
What does that mean? It's a conversation. What stakes are you putting in this conversation?
Each other. They're meant to be fighting or having some sort of actual dynamic.
Yeah, they're having a weird chemistry of each other that is expanded upon not at all in the third film, but it's still paid off.
Yeah, it's silly. It's very silly. Yeah, I have to admit that the end in this film is stupid. The planet that you love so much, he loves it because they coloured the ground red.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah.
The whole scene is silly. It's meant to be reminiscent of the Hoth scene, but instead of actually doing any fighting, they just sort of
fly
run
around
towards them, think, oh wait, we're gonna lose, turn around. So Finn carries on, and
then somehow Rose has managed to turn back around and catch up to him.
Flies into him and thinks, I don't want you to kill yourself, so I'm going to crash my ship into yours. Great thinking.
Yeah.
Of course he survives it, because no one dies.
Oh, they both survive it, yeah. Nobody dies.
No, the cannon's going to go off, guys. Small hole in the front of the thing.
Front of the door, small hole.
Instead of people running into their enemy base, they just sit around, have a chat. We've lost everything, man.
Yeah.
Do something.
Nobody's doing anything.
There's no stakes in this film at all. And then just in case there wasn't enough stakes, we've got to have what is essentially a hologram of bloody Luke Skywalker standing there. They all just shoot him.
More.
What's the point in that? He doesn't die.
No.
But then he does die. Why not just have him actually die there, man?
That's what I've been saying. Just let him get murdered.
It's such a horrible way to treat a classic character, man.
Yeah. There. Classic. He deserved a better death for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm perfectly fine with him being a washed up scrub. I can't lie.
But I want one more, legendary fight scene, and just instead of
watch The Mandalorian.
One more legendary bloody meditation.
One more legendary meditation. Yeah, it was really epic the way he just dodges around everything. Really shoddily.
Yeah.
He's hitting the limbo. But yeah, no, I like the last scene as well. The very last scene where the kid picks up the broom with the force. You're miserable. You're bar humbug looking ass.
Don't know. Let us know in the comments how you feel about this one.
Surely the thing is the force is so good because anybody can tap into it, which makes it something.
It just boils down to
that's what the magic is as a kid. You think, I could have the fucking force for all I know.
I'm not a dirty kid, and this film isn't for kids.
I mean, they kind of are. They put the porgs in, mate.
Yeah,
they put the porgs in. The film is for kids. Let's be real.
But the target audience for these films is meant to be fans
the Force is good.
Other films.
I like the fact that anybody can tap into the Force. I think it's dumb if you don't.
I think it's just if we all believe in ourselves and everything will be great. It's just every dirty movie ever, every Disney movie.
Believe in ourselves.
Disney movie,
mate. Even fucking Leia was forced. I mean, she has a lightsaber.
Yeah, apparently she's a bloody Jedi.
Get to that. Mate, I love this film. I think it's just a bunch of virgins that don't.
No. You're way too apologetic.
I'm not apologetic.
You can be critical about it. It looks nice. It's the best looking film.
It's not all about looks, mate. Why are you focusing on looks?
You are.
Okay, I think that
you're I love this thing because it looks cool. But
it's greatly written at parts as well. It's just that it's bogged down by.
It's still got massive plot holes.
And I remember watching the cinema, thinking, "What is this side quest all about? I do not care." It wasn't as egregious as it was as I thought it was when I was watching it in the cinema. Well, I was like, okay, this is way less time than I thought it was.
Yeah, but...
and Captain Phasma, man.
Who?
The Silver Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool character.
No, cool design, nothing character.
Yeah. Just gets murked.
Just like the film.
Just gets murked.
Cool design, nothing film. No. You can't deny that the ending is terrible.
You know that weird transition where they're on an ATSD and all of a sudden they're flying out of the ship?
Yeah.
Like they're running towards the fucking hangar bay exit, and they've gone from like the top of an ATSD into like a fucking Sith carrier. I'm like, what's going on here?
I don't know what's up with these films. Like, it's nothing compared to the prequels, obviously.
No, Christ.
But there's just some CGI sometimes, you know.
Yeah, there is. Like,
there really is.
It was pretty shoddy during the bombing sequence. Like, one of the ships just like comes up into view.
That whole bombing sequence is silly.
I like the bombing sequence. No. I enjoyed that scene. I was like, this is good. This is going to be cool. And guess what? The film was cool.
It really wasn't. I mean, like, it was alright.
The film's good.
It was alright.
The film's good. The film's the best one.
I think it's the best worst. I think it's the worst of the sequels, to be honest.
You are fucking smoking.
I'm being
You are straight smoking.
Again,
disgusting.
Pacing is the biggest issue.
What was wrong with the pacing?
It's just off. It's just off. It's just wrong. It's like,
mate,
it's definitely slow, and then like some shit happens just seemingly out of nowhere, and then it goes deathly slow again. Like,
mate, it's called a slow burn.
Oh, okay? Is it?
It's called a slow burn. I get that you're used to like Marvel movies and you know, you just like action. You were complaining there wasn't enough clever, witty quips in it.
It wasn't. No, that was actually the funniest one.
You were like, if Tony Stark was in it,
it's the funniest film. That
Iron
one
killed me.
Right, I didn't expect to be laughing at any of these films. Yeah, I'm happy I did.
And the ninth film. Let's get to the ninth film.
Let's get to it.
Terrible. Just terrible.
This guy's like, let me see what the crowd's doing.
No. I like. You know what? It was way better than I remember it being, but that's still not good.
I think it's
the middest. Like,
I disagree.
It doesn't hit the highs of episode 8, but it doesn't hit the lows of like episode 7.
I think it is the best film that we've watched out of these 6. And my reasoning is, it feels the most like a Star Wars film, and it's the only one.
It's good for a Star Wars film.
Yeah, but that's all we're only comparing Star Wars films. So
episode 8's just a great film.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, and what I did really like about this ninth film is the pacing, which I can't say about any of these other films. Like,
yeah, these other films terrible.
The first like 20 minutes of every one of these films is pretty bad, besides Force Awakens. But the ninth film, you ignore that, and then I really actually got into it for the first time. Out of 6 films, I was actually into this film.
And what happened?
Well, some silly crap ends up happening, as it always does. But like, you know, they actually have the whole ensemble there. You know.
Yeah, they do. Like,
finally, man. Like,
yeah, but that's only 20 minutes. Like,
yeah. Everyone's back together.
Even Billy D. Williams has showed up.
Yeah,
like, you know. Because there's no nostalgia.
Found Ray.
Yeah, he finally has.
Yeah, but it's like, that was my big problem with the 8 films. They split everyone up, added a random side character. No, just use the characters you got. They're meant to be ensemble cast, you know. Like, there's not really meant to be a true main character. You got Ray, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, mate, I just think the film would have been better if Finn was the main character. Actually, no, Kylo Ren. The film would have been the best if Kylo Ren was the main character.
Yeah, Kylo Ren is his best in this film.
Yeah, this is the film where I'm like, okay, he's actually like been given way more like, because he gets like, you know, tidbits of like character development like through the 7th and 8th film, like, you know, when he murks his dad and when he murks Snow.
But he's still a scrub through all of them.
Yeah, through all of it. Like,
he just gets murked by everyone, and like,
and it's the same in this film. I can't lie.
No, because he actually becomes a gangster in the end. Like, he can fight, he can do things, and it makes sense because he's angry after the events of the 8th film. Yeah,
and so because that's how the film opens. I think this film has a strong opening as well. I can't lie. Like, him just murking everybody.
Palpatine.
Huh?
It starts with Palpatine.
No, it starts with him murking everyone.
Oh yeah, it does. Okay, that's strong. Yeah. It goes straight to Palpatine. Yeah.
Then it goes to Palpatine, and I'm like, get this out.
Yeah. There's a bit more nostalgia bait in this film as well.
Billy D. Williams.
Who the hell's Billy D. Williams?
Fucking Lando Calrissian, man.
Yeah, he's terrible.
God, Billy D. Williams.
I don't know. He can't act. Sorry, bro. But,
he's not great. He really is not great.
Another extra robot that's pointless.
Oh my god, the little wheel.
Just for the means then.
Literally, it is there for no reason. Mate, they can't even commit to killing off C-3PO.
Oh, man.
Because it's like, mate, you're going to forget everything. And then, I'm not even joking, half an hour later, R2-D2's backed up his memory. And it's like, here you go, mate.
I said it to you during the climax of the film. I said, I don't care because I know.
During the climax of the film, the internet went on.
Oh yeah, that was the 8th one.
Oh yeah, that was the 8th one.
But during the climax of this 9th film, Palpatine's there. I don't know why Palpatine's in this film.
Oh yeah, no. Play Fortnite if you want to know the reason for it.
Yeah, but it's silly. It's silly.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah, so he's there in his big climax, basically killing the entire
the whole fleet.
Somehow. And I literally just said I don't care because I know nobody's going to die.
And guess what? Nobody dies.
Literally nobody.
He shoots this lightning up. I don't know how he's got this power, by the way. Because everybody throws their toys out of the pram because Starkiller in the Force Unleashed is pulling down a Star Destroyer.
Yeah,
he's lifted 30 out of the ground and put him in the air.
I know, right? He's meant to be all powerful, even though he's had to be in hiding because he's dead.
Yeah, he's really old and decrepit.
Never really explained as far unless we missed something.
Unless we were just talking over it, which fucking I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, true.
yeah. But there's just nothing going for why he should be there. He's there. I think, does he even murk anyone in the end? He doesn't kill anyone.
Kills Kylo Ren, technically.
Technically, yeah, he does.
After another problematic kiss.
This
franchise is known for. There's already a non-consensual kiss in the 8th episode.
Oh my god, with Rose kissing Finn.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
and now Rey kisses Kylo Ren, who,
was trying to murk her,
and has killed kids.
Yeah, well... He was a kid as well, to be fair.
In the flashbacks, he wasn't a kid.
He was 14. I think he was meant to be 14 in those,
Either way, even in the terrible prequels,
Yeah,
Anakin killing the kids is the point of no return.
Yeah, actually, no, because he does that in the second film.
Is he?
Oh, wait, no, sorry, I'm thinking of the... Because I'm thinking of not just the men, but the women and the children, too. So, he has killed kids, actually, in the second film. And see Padme going, man.
True.
No.
But either way, Rey's just perfectly happy to just snog this geezer who has done terrible things.
Yeah.
And was clearly bloody conscious, while he was doing these things.
Yeah, but no, that wasn't... Because she kisses Ben Solo. That was Kylo Ren who was killing everybody,
Of course, guys.
Mate, Harrison Ford says it himself in the film.
Exactly.
He's like, Kylo Ren is dead.
Harrison Ford appears out of nowhere.
Mate, and I don't care if you call it nostalgia bait. I love that scene. Because it is
It's nice. It's nice to see someone who can act.
Yeah,
Adam Driver can act. These aren't his strongest films.
It's nice seeing it's like a mirror cast on the conversation they had in the 7th film.
Yeah.
And I like that. I was liking the change in dynamic. And he throws his lightsaber. I'm like, mate, this is cinema. Cinema, telling you. Cinema.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams bringing that cinema with
with about 40 fucking lens flares. Oh my god.
Ridiculous.
How many do you want?
It made me laugh.
Oh, mate, especially by the 8th film was bad for it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really notice it in that. Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah, because we said we was like, J.J. Abrams must have done work.
Yeah, and we found out he executively produced it. He definitely went into that editing room and said, just one there.
Yeah,
a couple of lights there, might need a lens flare. Fucking mate, calm down. Ever heard of diegetic?
Here we go.
No, I love... I mean, these films have a special place in my heart because they're not bad. I don't. Well, I think the prequels are pretty bad.
Yeah, the prequels are terrible.
But the sequels, I think,
I completely agree with you that the sequels are not bad.
Absolutely not. You are going to say they're probably mid.
Yeah. And I'd rather watch a bad film than a mid film.
So you'd rather watch the prequels than the sequels?
I would probably rather rewatch the sequels than the prequels. Yeah, but they are worse films for sure. But they're more memorable.
What?
They're worse films, but they're more memorable.
No, you what?
You really
just said you'd rather watch the sequels than the prequels.
No, I meant prequels.
Oh, that is crazy to me. That is crazy.
No, because
they're not even a good bad. They're just bad.
I can just go watch some mediocre Disney ass film, anywhere I like. Well, it's Star Wars, isn't it? Like, I want something memorable.
May I have something memorable.
What?
Ray is
quite literally the opposite of memorable. She is so bad.
The amount of times you kept calling Ray Ren, you called Ray Finn at one point. You called Finn Ren.
How would
I do not understand how you got Finn confused with Ray. They're not even close sounding. Ray and Ren, I will forgive you.
Yeah, and Finn and Ren. I have to stop myself saying them because I keep saying the wrong name. It's a completely
different mouth movement.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Think about mouth movement.
I'm thinking about mouth movements,
yeah. I'll give you a mouth movement.
Man, I think it's not even a conversation. I think
which is better, prequel, sequel?
Yeah,
I actually agree with you. I actually fully agree. I came into this being like, this will be an interesting debate. It's not.
It's not. Like,
the prequels are worse.
Clearly, the prequels are
clearly worse. But I want to make it a point that
I would not watch them again. I would generally never watch those again.
Really?
Yeah,
I would.
They are that terrible
for the memes of it, really, because they are funny.
Yeah, they are funny when you see them in the wild. But
if you're with some mates or something, but I would argue that
if I had to watch these again on my own, I would watch those sequels any day over the prequels.
Yeah, if I had to, but I would make the point that I'm not going to be gagging to watch any of these again.
Yeah, definitely not.
Really not.
Yeah, then again, I haven't watched any Star Wars again since I was
about 15. When was the last time you watched the original trilogy?
You know what? Years ago.
You always leave out this information, man. Like, you got to say these things. You got to start with it. Why am I going to
start with that?
Because it's relevant. You keep talking crap on the original trilogy.
I do not keep talking crap on the original trilogy.
You do. You do.
At no point in this video.
No, that's convenient, isn't it?
I've never said anything bad about it. What have I said? What have I said? Have I said anything today?
The acting's bad. Well, the acting is a bit bad.
Yeah, okay. Wow, I said the acting's bad. It's almost like I'm right.
But you're out here saying the 8th film is the best film.
Yeah.
Because it's not, because you haven't even seen the trilogy for 20 years.
It's not been 20 years, okay. Well, it's been 3 or 4 years.
Oh, there we go. It's going down and down.
No. It was only been a year or
There's
two.
a lot of heart, those original films.
I think I saw them about 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah. No, those original films have a lot of heart, which is missing in the sequels.
Yeah, well, that's because
it's sucked out of it in the prequels.
Yeah, it's sucked out of it in the prequels, and in the sequels, it's just so synthetic.
It really is.
It's so
film.
Robotic.
That's what I'm saying.
Mate, and this is what I don't like about the 9th film, is because it's fully been Marvelified by then. Because it's.
Oh, yeah, I don't think
because they're bought by Disney.
They were bought by Disney a long time ago.
Yeah, they were bought by Disney in 2015, but you can tell that the Marvel formula has just made its way into the sequels.
See,
by the time you get to the 9th film, because
Marvel films, so I don't see it.
It's all oh man, they fly now. They fly now.
Yeah. There's bits of that. And
or the phone call with General Hux where he's like, "Can he hear me?"
No, yeah, that was bad. Wait, that was in the 8th film.
Yeah.
Oh right. That's the best film of all time. That's what you said before.
It is the best film of all time.
Exactly.
And I fully stand by that. You know what? I'm going to watch multiple reviews on why it's the best film of all time.
Exactly.
I'm going to watch Cinema Wins' video on it.
Someone on Twitter said it's the best Star Wars film. So now
of course,
it's the best film.
I have such a malleable opinion that anybody can mould it.
Yeah, besides me and common sense.
Common sense. Mate, if you and common sense are never going in the same sentence.
Oh, but I really don't see why that 9th film is hated so much.
Yeah, it's definitely overhated for sure. Yeah. I mean, Ray Skywalker's a bit egregious.
To be honest,
God, we didn't even talk about Ray Skywalker.
Oh, yeah, the ending's just a punch in the face to the fans and everything.
Imagine, you've had to train this person who is a Palpatine. Basically gets you killed. Got your wife. Well, didn't really get your wife killed, no. But you're both just standing there as a Force ghost, and she's like, I get what you're saying. I'm Ray Skywalker. Yeah, you're not. Any other name. Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Give me something.
The last one really struggles, but I just don't think the groundwork's been there.
Yeah.
It hasn't been put there because the character development is just so skewed in these films. There's no timeline that makes sense for any of these characters. They don't start off humble beginnings in a certain way and then slowly build up. It's Rey's first fight ever, she beats a Sith Lord. Okay, he's a scrub, but where are the elves?
Yeah, where are the L's? Like nobody's ever taken
for all these characters because nobody dies.
Nobody ever takes an L in these films.
No,
like,
the only people who take the L's are bloody original characters.
Vin took an L in the first film when he gets like murked by.
Finn gets cucked through all films.
Yeah, he does get cucked.
Yeah, he's taking L's all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, Han Solo takes L's. Bloody Chewbacca takes L's.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Admiral Akbar takes L's.
Oh mate, Admiral Akbar, great. But Chewbacca gets his medal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is nice. I can't lie.
God, yeah.
Just nobody's got like any loss here.
No.
Like, because by the end of the film, it looks like everybody's just themselves. It feels like nobody's even been on the adventure, to be honest.
All it is just like, okay, all of your classic characters have died, basically. Chewbacca's alive.
Yeah, it'll be in the next 3 films.
Yay, because they don't have to recast it.
Exactly.
Well, they can, yeah, they can get away with it.
Yeah.
It's annoying and it's soulless. It really is.
I mean, the real thing that the sequels missed was Plo Koon.
Oh, God.
Where's Kit Fisto? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're not as bad as the prequels, but, somebody somewhere was having fun making those prequels, and it feels less and less like it with the sequels.
Yeah, definitely.
It's part of that Disney machine now, and what, they're making 3 more now? I'm not excited.
I think the Russo brothers were going to do one, although I might be getting confused with the guys from Game of Thrones.
Right.
Either way,
J.J. Abrams.
I'm not excited. J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, we need some more lens flares in the ones. I'm not excited. I
don't think anybody is.
The original
Star
trilogy,
Wars hasn't had a good IP or like good release since The Mandalorian.
Rogue One.
That was after that was before The Mandalorian.
Right. Yeah, there's clearly people who care about the Star Wars IP.
Sorry,
but...
Andor. Andor's a good show. It's about the guy Andor from Rogue One.
It's woke.
It's Rogue One.
Alright, so just, this is typical when you're speaking about Star Wars. You've got to rank the films that we watched.
Yeah.
Best to worst.
Best to worst. Going in dead last is Attack of the Clones.
The second one.
Yeah,
I agree.
And then after that is going to be The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
I
do agree.
And then after that, it's going to be Revenge of the Sith. Because, mate, 10 minutes of a fight scene is not going to make up for anything.
Yeah, I do agree.
And then it's going to be Force Awakens.
Right. Yeah.
The Rise of Skywalker, and then The Last Jedi.
God, what a clickbaity title that last film has. I didn't even clock the title.
Yeah, how did you not clock that?
There's no Rise of Skywalker. He rises for about 5 minutes and then dies.
Yeah, like, The Rise of Skywalker is such a funny name.
Yeah.
What's he done? Oh, he, came back as a Force Ghost, said, mate, it basically undoes all the writing, by the way. That 9th film undoes all the fucking writing. You know what? I'm changing it.
Quality writing.
I'm putting.
You're just salty,
I'm
man.
putting it.
In isolation.
I'm sorry. It's such a good idea that Rey should be a Palpatine.
No, it's terrible.
Exactly.
The writing is bad in the 9th one, but everything else is way better than anything. Not way. It's better.
Okay. The fight scenes aren't better.
No. But I just think the pacing was always my biggest issue, and the amount of pointless characters, and there are still some pointless characters, but they're not as bad in this one.
No, yeah, because all the pointless characters they introduced, they sidelined and gave 20 seconds screen time.
I would agree with you on the prequels.
Yeah.
I would say the 8th film is the worst of the sequels. I had a good point for a second. Oh, Leia should have died in the 8th film as well.
Yeah, Leia should have died in the 8th film.
Stupid.
Oh my god, the young Leia, the young...
Stop casting dead actors in films when they're dead.
Yeah, because it looks bad. Did what's his name? The guy from Rogue One?
I don't know.
Oh, because he's dead in that film. Look.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite obvious.
Yeah, I do. It's just disrespectful. It feels disrespectful, and it doesn't make a good film at all. And Disney are going to continue to do it and continue to run this IP into the ground.
Let's go!
Yeah. Make some films of the games, man.
Mate, make a Force Unleashed film. Come on!
That's what I was saying. We all want the Sith film, man. Just make the Sith film.
Yeah, we actually do need to make the Sith film.
Kylo Ren is a cool enough character. If you wrote for him well, don't that he'd just bring back Palpatine.
Yeah, and definitely don't introduce it for a Fortnite event.
No, keep it going. Disney, we need a Fortnite film. That's what
we do need a Fortnite film.
On that note,
yeah.
Very constructive criticism. Thank you for sticking with our show, and if you made it this far,
thank you for watching all. How many episodes are there? 10. This is the 10th one. Yeah.
I say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to this one, because I'm pretty sure the video cut out for
most of us. Did it? Oh, excellent. Well, we'll just put some like Fortnite in the background.
Just put a funny GIF.
Yeah, funny Star Wars
GIF. Put a GIF of like Han Solo getting shanked or something.
Yeah, but Admiral Akbar going, it's a trap.
Yeah! So we'll put all the memes in for you guys. Right. Well, right. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you. I've been the Wobz.
I've been Serene.
This has been Now Showing. And we're out.